For the first time this year, it's the Guards and Jays matching up. Generally, when these two teams get together, they put some memorable games on the field.
Max Scherzer is on the mound already, and as you can see, Caleb, he's got his game face on and is ready to go, about to make his 5th start of the season, and again, 1 strikeout away from pretty rare air. It will be number 3,500 for him. Only 10 others have ever done that.
He's a guy that can navigate a big league lineup, even with diminished stuff. The fastball velocity is a little bit down this season, but when he's commanding the stuff, when he's mixing in that good changeup that he's starting to throw more and more, he's a very, very good, reliable big league arm.
Daniel Schneemann about set to step in the box. He batting .310 this year, so getting the opportunity in the leadoff spot. Hits that one to right, hits it well. Lucas back, looking up, see ya! A leadoff home run for Daniel Schneemann. Welcome to the leadoff spot.
Well, how about that? He certainly likes hitting in this ballpark, does he not?
Oh, was a missile. 1-0 Guardians thanks to Daniel Schneemann working his way back into the at-bat, Chris, and then launching it.
Well, that's exactly what you want your leadoff hitter to do. Maybe not from the power standpoint, but going up there, putting up a great at-bat. First career leadoff homer.
Ramirez will take a walk, and he's on with 1 out.
So here's Rhys Hoskins. He's the DH.
Swung on, smashed up the middle by the diving Jimenez into the gap in left center. Cut off by Varsho. On his way to third, Ramirez throw into second, and Hoskins settles for a single.
Just makes you wonder if this looming strikeout is kind of wearing on Scherzer just a little bit. He's getting to the tough parts in terms of getting to 2 strikes, but just unable to finish. And a lot of times when you want it really bad, you will back some stuff up.
Ramirez is at third. Hoskins is at first. 2 down.
Swung on, drill, deep right center field. This ball off the top of the wall. Ramirez scores. Hoskins coming around third. No throw. In with a 2-out, 2-run double. George Valera makes it 3-0 Cleveland. He just missed a 3-run homer. He'll settle for a 2-out, 2-run double. And Cleveland does not let Scherzer off the hook. And they finally get that clutch hit that's been missing so much of the season.
And now there's activity in the bullpen here in the first inning.
And it's unraveled really quickly here for Scherzer.
3 runs on 3 hits now here in the top of the first. And here's the center fielder, Angel Martinez.
It swung on and hammered to deep right. Away, back and gone. 5-0 Cleveland. Angel Martinez with a 2-out, 2-run, 2-iron to right center. It's his 4th home run. Front, left-handed. Now a dozen RBIs for Martinez. 5-0 Cleveland.
What looked like a bit of a promising start for Scherzer has completely been upended by the Guardians.
Gavin Williams to the mound for Cleveland, and he's got a 5-0 lead.
Well, you couldn't have asked for a better start from this offense. Now it's up to Gavin to come out here and establish this strike zone.
Lucas steps in, 10 for his last 20. As Lucas lines one to right, and he's got another knock. This will be off the wall on a bounce. Lucas on his way to second and in there ahead of the throw. You got to start somewhere, and a leadoff double is a pretty good place to start.
Yeah, Lucas looks like he might have done something to himself while trying to get out of the box. It's something ain't right. I think it might be something in the lower half.
Oh, man, a guy who had just gotten healthy and just gotten hot on a team that can ill afford to lose any more players. And he's going to have to come out of the game. So now Guerrero in career game number 1,000. And Guerrero does hit a ground ball out to short. So Guerrero retired, but Schneider is in, and it's 5-1. RBI number 13 on the season for Guerrero. And again, this is career game number 1,000, so you kind of take note of the numbers here and there. That is RBI number 604. Here's Jesus Sanchez hitting in the cleanup spot again. Sanchez hits one high and deep to center. It is going to go. He drove it out of the longest part of the ballpark.
An absolute smash out to center field for Jesus Sanchez. his third home run of the season, and it's 5-2 for the Guardians as the Blue Jays get 2 back here in the first.
Yeah, keep chipping away. That's really all you can do against Gavin Williams.
So 2 on with nobody out, and it just has not been Max Scherzer's night.
Yeah, and with the Blue Jays scoring 2 runs in the bottom half, John knows. He knows there's a game at hand here, and he doesn't want this to get too far out of reach, especially considering Williams is on the mound. You feel like you've kind of got him pinned in. If you can keep that momentum on your side, you can start to really pressure Williams. If you give up 2 or 3 right here, it just starts to continue to shift that momentum.
Taps it up the third baseline. Scherzer's got it, throws, and he got him. A nice play by Scherzer coming off the mound.
Blue Jays trail it 5-2 on to the bottom of the second. We go in Toronto. Kazuma Okamoto will hit now. 1 out, bases empty. Is stroked out to deep center. Moving back Martinez into the shade of the fence. He turns, and that ball's gone. Okamoto takes a trip to the WestJet flight deck, and the Blue Jays have made it a 2-run game. 5-3 for the Guardians in the bottom of the second.
Well, you just keep chipping away. How about Okamoto? 110 miles an hour off the bat, 430 feet to center field. That pitch was 97 miles an hour on the outer third, and a lot like Jesus Sanchez, he uses the big part of the field, not trying to do too much. What a swing from him.
Angel Martinez batting left-handed.
So runner at second, 1 out. It is 5-3.
Once again, the Blue Jays have the lefty Mantiply warming. Max Scherzer's doing everything he can to battle. That's what's impressive. He is so competitive. He just doesn't have it. Boy, when you've got him teetering like this, you got to deliver the knockout punch.
You feel like you might need more than 5 tonight. I know the Blue Jays are down injury-wise and not hitting much, but it's a good lineup.
Swung on, hit high in the air, deep right center. Back goes Sanchez. Track, wall, gone! Angel Martinez with his second 2-run home run to right center.
And here comes John Schneider. A very tough night for Max Scherzer. 2 1/3 and 7 runs allowed.
Gavin Williams, he set down 8 in a row as he goes to work in the bottom of the 5th. 7-3, Guardians in front.
And Davis Schneider has himself aboard for the first time today. He's on with a 2-out walk.
Now Ernie Clement, who is 0 for 2 tonight, entered the game tied for 3rd in the majors with 32 hits on the season.
And Clement shoots it down the left field line. Fair ball. It'll roll all the way to the wall. Schneider around second. He hits the bag at third. He'll get the wave. The relay to the plate cut off. Davis Schneider in to score on an Ernie Clement double. 7-4. The Blue Jays have cut the deficit to only 3 runs as the Guardians still lead in the 5th.
Cleveland's got a chance to deliver a knockout punch. Runners second and third, 1 out in the 6th. Here's Chase DeLauder.
That one nubbed to first base. Guerrero coming home. The slide is safe. Rocchio got a good jump, and Guerrero took a chance, and it paid off for Cleveland.
Well, that is outstanding base running right there by Brian Rocchio. Look at him. As soon as this ball hits to the ground, you can see Brian Rocchio immediately takes off towards home, does a great job of sliding to the back part of home plate.
So right now it's a fielder's choice. It'll be an RBI for Chase DeLauder.
Gavin Williams on the hill for Cleveland, now with an 8-4 lead.
Hit on the ground over the mound. Dive up the middle by Rocchio. It's under him and into center. Lenin Sosa is on his first hit at Rogers Center as a Blue Jay. And the Blue Jays continue to create traffic here.
You know, considering how good of a pitcher Williams is, 4 runs on 6 hits. They have had multiple men on base against him. Trying to cash in here with 2 outs. Jimenez is 1 for 2.
Is hit down the left field line in the air. Long run for George Valera. He pulls up. It's down fair, a base hit. In to score Sosa. Around third, Okamoto. He'll score. A long 2-run bloop double for Andres Jimenez. It's a 2-run game. 8-6. The Guardians lead in the bottom of the 6th inning.
And Kate Smith in to try to close it.
They got a tough cookie in Smith,
who has been a little bit more hittable so far this year than he's been the last couple of years. Kazuma Okamoto will lead it off. And then he hits it hard to deep left field. Off the wall. A big turn and then heading back to first, and a wise decision there. Andres Jimenez line drive, base hit. Okamoto up to second, and the first 2 have reached.
These are the types of games that if you can somehow find a way to push these 2 runs across and win this game, they can send a jolt through your clubhouse.
Nobody out in the 9th. 8-6 Cleveland. And a swing and a chopper to third. Ramirez to second. 1. Relay. Schneemann got him! Jimenez bangs into a 5-4-3 double play. What a turn by Schneemann at second. Okamoto ends up at third, but now there are 2 men out. Schneider 0 for 2 with a walk. Swung on, a little pop. Shallow center. Kwan in. Schneemann makes the catch. Ball game. The Guardian second baseman did it in the field, did it at the plate, and Cleveland jumped all over Max Scherzer early and able to hang on, and they beat Toronto 8-6.